ladies and gentlemen, and it's finally begun. Mondays, June 27th. How you doing out there tonight? Whoa, this side's alive and well. How you doing tonight? Not bad. Down the middle.
Essentially, at this point, it was my second year university, and then I had a third year. And then my fourth year, I actually decided to get a special visa and live in Spain for a year and a half. So I started working there for 6 months. I learned a new language. And I decided to go there because I wanted to have an edge. I wanted to be able to speak another language besides French and English when I came back to Canada. By the way, I said to myself, I would never, ever come back to Canada. I said, I hate Canada. I will never come back to Canada. Well, look at me. I'm in Canada. So, yeah. The reason why I wanted to leave was because of what happened to me in the past. I didn't want to come back. I said, I want to start a new life.
I have no money to buy a boat. And he said, does the owner of the boat know that? And I said, no. He said, well, make him an offer. Give him get a proposal out. And I said, okay, I'll do that Monday. He said, no, do it now. Why wait all weekend? So I made a proposal up, called the guy. He said he'd be at his office in Lunenburg at 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock I went down. At about 5 after, I was walking out of his office. And that day on Lincoln Street, there was the sun was coming right down Main Street as I was walking up. And it was on me, and I said, I just bought a boat.
To register how much radiation was left in my body, the nurse would come around. She would stand outside my door, and I would stand on a piece of red tape line in my room, and she would point the Geiger counter to me, and if I was under 3 points, then I could be released. So once I was released, I wasn't allowed to touch my family for 7 days. So I couldn't sleep in the same bed as my husband. I couldn't hug my son. And I couldn't eat off the same plates. Everything had to be completely different for 7 days.
But it was in those last moments before we had moved back to Nova Scotia from Toronto when my mother had handed me a box from the back of my father's closet that had contained his writing and his words, all that were hidden from all of us for a very long time. I had known that my father loved the written word and loved to read because he always had a book in his hand and because he was the one who taught me to love words and to write and to share. But I was scared. I was scared because I don't know how to spell.
And I looked at it and I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. And there was the mask. I picked it up, and back then it was a plexiglass mask, a see-through mask actually, and I put it in front of my face. And I was like, wow, this is so weird. But with this thing on, I feel invincible.
And I was saying to him, very downtrodden, I said, well, I don't speak the language because my father, and he interrupted me. And he said, your language. And it was the first time when I had Ilnu, when I had Mi'kmaq people see me as Mi'kmaq, that I started to realize that being Indigenous, being Mi'kmaq, wasn't blood quantum. It wasn't genetics. Yes, I look like my dad. I have long dark hair and dark eyes, and I tan easily, though I am still a disarming shade of brown. Being Mi'kmaq came from in here and in your gut and how you see the world.
All my relations and everyone, all my relations here, thank you for coming out. We are going to stick around for some drinks if you want to stick around, but this has been a great night. I thank all our speakers for coming out. This has been a very powerful, emotional, and very talented night from all of you guys. Thank you very much. And